Oh boy, do I have a video for you guys. It's XpoZe here. I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be about what it is to get known and how to get there. I'm not going to say it's going to work for every single person, but this is my tips. This is what I would do if I was in your guys' situation and I was pretty much coming up from nothing. Before we get into that, I want to tell you guys about this video and this gameplay. It is a Moab gameplay. I almost get two in this match, but I kind of got too aggressive at the end. I ended up getting killed at like 20 kills, and uh, moral of the story is I played way too aggressive when I'm a passive player. So I hope you enjoyed that. But let's get into what it is to be known, and pretty much the definition, as people like to call it, quote unquote. To be known is pretty much your reputation amongst the community, whether it's to be a player, whether it's a sponsor, graphics designer, just a person in a streamer, just a YouTuber, anything. No matter what it is, it's your reputation. It's how well you're known, like pretty much what it says. How well you're known amongst the community and what you're known for. So people could be known for being an awesome streamer, great player, mediocre player, kind of. It's basically your reputation. So make sure that when you do, in fact, it's a popularity contest. So make sure when you do, in fact, get a reputation, you do it for the right reasons and you have one for the right reasons. Don't be a dickhead. Don't talk shit. And I'll get more into that in a little bit here when I talk about what it takes to get known. But yeah, getting known is basically your reputation, what it takes to get there, and when you're there, how you portray yourself amongst the community. Um, let me tell you a little bit how to get known and the different ways you can be known. Uh, as far as being known for a good player, that just comes with time. That's not something that you're gonna get right off the start. That's just something where you go into a tournament and you just honestly play well, and you show yourself as a good player, not just as a good skill wise, but as far as just being a honestly good all around guy while you're playing, and you're not giving people shit for doing something wrong. You're kind of just like saying, brush it off. We'll get them next time, something like that. Uh, but that's about it as far as a player wise. That's just broad skill. That has nothing to do with advertisement. That's just people seeing how you play and them enjoying it. And not to mention possibly having a thought of you being on their team. That's how to get known as a player. There's a bunch of negative ways to get known, and I want to get this out of the way before we go into the positives. The negative ways are you talking shit in streams, you talking shit on Twitter, you broadcasting yourself in just a way that is not necessary. We don't need any poison in this community, honestly. The biggest reference I could make or analogy is kind of like, think about Terrell Owens, for all you guys who follow football. When he was on the Eagles, when he was on the Cowboys, he was a poison to the team. That's why they let him go. He was a player on the team that he was good. He had the skill set, but his attitude was so shitty. And you got to realize that. Kind of like put that in your head when you're on a team. Make sure that you don't kind of be that Terrell Owens of the team. Make sure you're kind of the one that does the opposite. You want to do the opposite. Make sure you tell people, like, when they do something well, you let them know that they do something well. If they do something bad, just kind of be like, you know what, brush it off. At the end of the game, if you want to talk about it, but be like, you know what, brush it off. We'll get it next time, and kind of talk to it in a civil way afterwards. So basically, what you want to do is, if you're, as far as getting a reputation, the right way rather than the wrong. If you're in a stream and someone comes into a stream and he's new to the game type. Like, he doesn't follow esports or Call of Duty competitive. He just kind of comes in and he's like, you know what? Why is he using an ACL with red dot and focus? Why isn't he using a dual Kimbos or something? Don't talk shit to him. Just kind of be like, well, dual Kimbos aren't allowed. Kind of explain to him, help him out a little bit, make him understand a little bit better rather than being like, you're fucking random, you're this, you're that. Don't do that, because you do that, that's just gonna, it's gonna make you look bad towards him, obviously. But you never know who's in the stream or who's watching that, and it's kind of like, wow, that guy was a dickhead for no apparent reason. Like, he didn't even say anything wrong. So make sure you kind of broadcast yourself in a way that you want to see other people do. Kind of like the golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated. That's just a stream. On Twitter, if someone talks shit to you, mentions you in a tweet, and they're subtweeting you, or they're mentioning you, and they're pretty much just talking shit, like, hey, you suck, you're the worst player I've ever played, you're ugly, blah, 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 let it go. Just completely don't acknowledge it. Kill people with kindness. Just kind of say, thanks, I appreciate that, you're not too bad yourself. Just something like that. Keep it real simple because I promise you, it really does. Like my grandmother said, kill people with kindness. It works. People tend to get even more mad over it, or they just kind of like let it go. They don't bring it any farther because the last thing you want to be seen, especially to organizations and sponsorships, if you're a player that's kind of recognized in the community, the last thing they want to see is you having Twitter wars every other day. So make sure you kind of broadcast yourself in a way where you're not arguing with people all the time. You're not in Twitter wars. You're not fighting with people in streams. When you're in a match with players, you're kind of like, especially if you're being streamed or on YouTube or anything like that, they do listen-ins a lot. You got to realize that. And people that argue on stream or whatever else kind of make themselves look like idiots. Take this from personal experience. I've played for a while now. I know what I'm talking about when I was there firsthand. I made myself look like idiots on stream sometime. So just make sure you kind of take these tips and put them into your everyday gameplay, your everyday actions when it comes to the COD community. So those are some of the negatives. The positives are pretty much the opposite. Help people out when they need help. I'm not saying retweet everything someone asks you to retweet, but kind of don't just brush every single person off. If someone has a serious question, kind of give your input on it. Give a good answer back. Don't kind of just be like, I don't know, or if you do know, help them out. I mean, I'm not saying become the next Sean Abner, Scumpy's dad, which I do give him a lot of props. We need more people like him in the community. He's not even a player. He is just a father of a player, and he's honestly showing a lot of cojones, honestly. He just doesn't give a shit. He helps everybody out. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care what kind of reputation you have. Just he's giving people shots that honestly they wouldn't have unless he was around. As far as getting known as a player, that's basically, like I said, just skill set. As far as a person, that shows everything. Attitude is everything in the COD community. You will get on teams if you have a better I promise you, if someone has equal skill, if I have equal skill to say, I'm just going to throw Too Quick out there. Too Quick's my boy. I don't, this is just a hypothetical situation. But say Too Quick has the shittiest attitude, but he is a better player than me, okay? But I have a great attitude, and I am not a bad player, and I could definitely grow a little bit as a player and be better, but I have a great attitude. I am probably going to get picked up over him because I have a good attitude. I know what it takes to win, and I could take a loss than to a player who has a elite caliber shot but has a shitty attitude. So make sure you keep that in mind, guys. As far as getting known, it's all reputation. Think about it in high school and middle school when you were coming up in the school and you just wanted to be popular. Think about it as that, and that's the best way to do it. Be popular for the right reasons and not the wrong. That's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come check out the stream more. Sub to the YouTube. Check out all my other videos and enjoy your day, guys.